Okay, recording. Yeah. Just quickly, hi everyone. I'm Samantha Hamilton. I am one of the co-founders of A Queen's Narrative. Excited to be here with you all. Passing it to Amani, who's going to get us kickstarted with getting to know each other and learning more, and just sharing space. So, Amani.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Samantha. And welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone from probably all corners of the world and the earth. In a moment, we'll actually get a chance to hear from you all and hear where you're checking in from. First, I would like to say that I am honored to share this space with you all and to start this journey with you all. We appreciate you for expressing your interest in writing a letter to your younger selves. Some of you have maybe already started your letter, have been thinking about it. I was just telling Sam I've already wrote my draft. And I'm really excited to kind of do this self reflection and dive deep into think about where I am right now, kind of where I've come from, and then empowering myself to keep going, right? That's what this is all about. So, again, thank you all for joining us. And again, I want to hear from you all to hear where you're from. So, if we can just come off mute, what we'll do is I'll pass it to someone, tell us your name, where you're checking in from, city and state, and then pick someone else to pass it along. So I'm Amani. I'm a co-founder of Samantha just mentioned, and I am checking in currently from Atlanta, Georgia. And I'll pass it to Larice. Did I say that right?
Absolutely. I will get off of my avatar. Hi, I'm Larice. I'm from Connecticut. And I'm grateful to be here. My favorite color is green. It means divine love. And I pass it to my favorite photographer, Barbara.
Good evening. I'm Barbara McLean, and I'm calling from. I'm here on video from Cromwell, Connecticut, and I'm happy to be here again. And I'll pass it to Shala.
I just knew it. Hello to you familiar faces. What's going on? It's your girl, Tashala Williams, coming to you from Connecticut, and I am going to pass it to Nadia.
Hello, everyone. I'm calling from Manchester, Connecticut. Just happy to be here. I'm gonna pass it to Felicia.
Hi, my name is Felicia Filson, and I'm in New York. This is my first time, and I'm glad to be working with y'all. Thank you. And I'll pass it on to Robin.
Hi, my name is Robin. I'm actually from Baltimore, Maryland, and this is definitely my first time, but I'm very excited.
And who you passing it to,
Oh,
Robin?
I'm sorry, and I'm passing it to August.
Hold on. Oh, hi, everyone. I'm August. I'm from Bennettsville, South Carolina, and this is my first time, and I look forward to all the good things that we're going to be doing together. And I pass it to Maria.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Maria Luisa, and I'm hailing from Owego, New York. So this is my first time. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass this on to Dali.
Hola a todos, I'm Dali. I'm currently in Springfield, Mass, but I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and my parents are originally from Puerto Rico. Happy to be here with all of you. My writer name is Guerrera Writer, and I will pass it to Candace.
Hello, everybody. My name is Candace Person, and I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts, and this is my first time. And I'm going to pass it to, who hasn't gone? Regine.
Hello, my name is Regine Jackson. I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts, and I will pass it on to Desiree Stevens.
Hey everybody, my name is Desiree Stevens. I currently reside in Southern California, the Inland Empire, and I'm happy to be here with y'all. I will pass it on to who has not participated yet, Nazima.
Yes, so my name is Enzima Hutchings, and I'm here from Enfield, Connecticut, and I am the advisory board member, and I'd like to pass it to Amira Shabazz.
Oh, thank you, Enzima. Good evening, everybody. My name is Samira Shabazz. I'm the founder of When Women Speak, and I'm on the Zoom from New Jersey. I'd like to, and it's my first time. I like to pass it on to, is it Azaya? Azaza? How do I say that?
It's Aziza.
Aziza.
Yes, I'm Aziza, and I'm happy to be here. It's my first time, and I'm just excited to write.
Where are you from, Aziza? What
Oh, I'm
state?
sorry. I'm from North Carolina, and I would pass it on to, let's see, Gloria.
Is me?
Yeah.
So hi, I'm Gloria, but you can call me Yaya. So I'm happy to be here with all of you. I'm part of the advisory board member, and I was in the anthology, the first anthology, and I hope you enjoyed your time because this is really great and beautiful.
Thank you, Yaya. Let's pass it to Brenda Hill.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brenda Hill. I'm in Springfield, Mass. And I'm a newly elected advisory board member. I'm very excited about that. And I am so excited to meet everyone and hear about everyone's journey. And I'm passing it on to, oh boy, let's just say technical difficulty. I can't get everybody's face up now.
Okay, so there's
Jonah. Yep, Joanna or Jonah. So,
Joanna.
Joanna.
Joanna, you're on mute if you're talking. All right, we're going to keep it moving. Joanna is actually my sister. She hails from Springfield, Massachusetts. She's my little sis. All right, so we'll pass it to Katrulia.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Catrilia Bryan, and I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts, by the way of High Point, North Carolina. And I'm excited to be here. I think this is a very nice opportunity to be a part of.
Yeah. How about Kendra?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My name is Kendra.
I'm sorry, you're kind of breaking up a little bit. Where are you checking in from?
Greenville, South Carolina.
South Carolina. The Carolinas are in the house. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Nadia, let's hear from you.
I spoke already.
Okay, thank you. Falasha?
Felicia.
Felicia, did we hear from her too already?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Who hasn't gone? Was it Deidre Bailey?
Oh.
Deirdre?
So Felicia's gonna go, and if you haven't gone, raise your hand so we can see who's left in the room to introduce themselves.
Hi, everybody. My name is Felicia Paul, and I am from Springfield, Massachusetts, and I am super excited to be a part of this. I've been waiting for this opportunity, so I'm excited to get to know everyone.
Patrice.
Hi, everyone. My name is Patrice. I am originally from California. However, I'm currently living in Ghana. I've been living here for about 8 years, so I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. We're glad to have you here. We're connected from here to all the way over to Ghana, so that's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. Desiree?
Hello, everyone. Hello to some familiar faces as well. I was on the first go round and I was more than excited when this opportunity came up. I hail from Baltimore, Maryland. I know there's another Baltimorean. Hello. And there's another Desiree. I've gone like my whole life never meeting Desiree.
Hi,
Desiree. And so it's exciting. Hello, Desiree.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm going to send it to um scene. I think I already called Tashala.
Yep. We got Bree.
Bree. Gree. Yes, Gree. Yes, Gree.
Hello, everybody, all these beautiful queens here. Welcome. My name is Gree, and I'm part of the board of Queens Narrative. And this is a beautiful project that I hope you all enjoy.
Thank you, Bree. D. Cruz. I know you're sorry having some audio issues, but can you hear us, D? And if you're talking, you got to come off mute.
Hey, everybody. Yes, I can hear you fine. D. Cruz here. Nice to meet everybody. My first name is Deidre. I did see that there was another Deidre in here. Hey, girl. I'm also from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
A lot of CT folks. Thank you. And Alicia, am I saying that right with the E? Alicia? If you're talking, you're on mute. Last name James May, and that beautiful green you got going. Okay. Not hearing anything, so we'll move on. Has everybody gone and introduced themselves? Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing that. Go ahead, Sam. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, and if you haven't and you're just arriving, please introduce yourself and where you're checking in from in the chat.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so with that being said, and we still got folks coming in, but for the sake of time, we want to talk about the anthology and all that this is going to encompass, so we'll move along. But I want to invite you all to engage with me a little bit here and use what I call, it's called Mentimeter. And so tell us 2 to 3 words that describe kind of how you're feeling about starting this project with us. And so you can take out your cell phones and scan this QR code that's on the screen, or you can use the link that I am dropping in the chat. You can access that. So just tell us a couple words about how you're feeling. And while that's going, I'm actually gonna populate our word cloud. Okay, so Sam, I'm gonna share my screen now. All right, so we got some responses already coming in. Folks are feeling excited, empowered, nervous, right? That's new when writing something new. I heard folks say this was their first time. This is also my first time. Folks are ready, inspired, over the moon, ready, honored, happy to write, introspective, intrigued. We love that. Fulfilled, motivated, fiery. Tell me more about that. Who said fiery? Let's describe that. I love that.
I said fiery.
Okay.
I just think given the climate of things, I think it's such a beautiful way to share space with other like-minded women that want to raise their voices and really claim space in a world that is hell-bent on taking it away from us. So I'm just honored and fiery to be here.
Yes, thank you. And with that, I'm going to give you a plug, actually. You're our first blog author for our newsletter. And so, folks, if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, you can check our website out. And we're going to share Dolly's story on Friday that's going to go live. So she's our first artist, our first writer to submit for this year's blog. Folks are excited to come back home. I'm excited for folks who come back again. How do I say that?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Hey. Come on, Robin. Tell us what that encompasses. It's a lot in there. Is that true?
It's so much, but it's the excitement. It's the love of the story. It's really kind of coming back home. It's coming back to your roots, what you're used to, what kind of what you were built on.
right? Healing that inner child that we all have inside of us who's still living. That's right. Unapologetic. Who wrote that? I want to hear about that. Unapologetic. Tell us what you mean by that.
Well, and being my is that I don't have to apologize for my story. I don't have to fit in anywhere else. I belong to myself first.
Exactly. Belong to yourself first. So that's right on line with that coming back home. That's awesome. We've got grateful, ready, existed, purposeful, intentional, blessed, poetic. Anybody who shared a word kind of want to come off mute and tell us what inspired them to write that word, and then we'll kind of jump into our agenda and get going. And so the way this works, right, excited, a lot of folks are feeling excited. That's like one of the biggest words here. A lot of folks are feeling inspired. It's another big word here. And I like to say with inspiration, right, you're inspired to inspire. And with your stories, the hope is to inspire other people, right? To share your story, to share your narrative in hopes of healing somebody else in a way of that. I just read something on soul teachers, and soul teachers come in forms of either an author that you've read, a book, a podcast. So I'm really excited about the word inspired. And Alicia, I see you've come off mute. Let's hear from you, sister girl.
Hello, everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm having tech issues here. I'm originally from White Plains, New York. Born of Jamaican parents, so I'm a Jamaican girl.
Very good.
And thank you. And I currently reside in Atlanta.
Okay. I'm in Atlanta too. Okay.
Yep, so that's where I am. So I'm honored to be amongst such amazing queens. So I thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. We are honored to share this space with you all. So thank you all for participating in that. We've heard from you all. We've heard how you're feeling. And now we're going to talk about what this anthology is going to entail. But before that, we'll hear a little bit more about Queen's narrative. And I believe I'm passing it off to Nzima.
Yes. So, hello, everyone. And I would just like to quickly share that I use the word dope because I think it's so amazing that, we're in a space to all get together and write our stories. So how amazing is that we all sisters about to do this. And for some of us, it's the second time. So I feel inspired and dope about it. And I am, again, on the advisory team. It's a 2-term. And I am going to share with you all our agenda and goals. And hopefully we close out by 8 o'clock. So here goes. So we just introduce ourselves. We introduce ourselves as authors, and we will. Some of us, will be the first time that you will be published. But we like to introduce ourselves as authors and board members. And Sam mentioned she was I don't know. She said, was she the visionary and founder of A Queen's Narrative? The executive board member, as well as we have Umani as one of the founding members as well that is here today. And we have the team. And Bree is part of the advisory board member here as well. Okay, so we will go over the Queen's Narrative program and elements. We will explain the process and the team of the individuals supporting the work, as well as review the anthology and the process and a timeline for the deliverables. I know some of you all have started and have voice, ready to push that button, but we would like to, set the tone of expectations and process and how this thing will move along. And also, we will offer tonight opportunity to have feedback and a Q&A session. So with that being said, the first person who will go over our mission and our vision will be Samantha Hamilton.
Thank you, Nzima. And I think we don't have to go any deeper than this, but the goals are aligned with the agenda for today for us to have like a deeper understanding of what we're here for. So, A Queen's Narrative, as mentioned, I am one of the co-founders that started with other wonderful and beautiful ladies to make a space or create a space for women and girls to amplify our voice. So, and our mission is defined in our name as an empowerment company that defines narrative power and uses the stories to empower women to become the best versions of themselves. With that, we believe we can do that by providing safe and inclusive spaces where women and girls can amplify their voice for the rest of the world to hear. So we do that in these storytelling spaces, and we also do that in our youth development program. As mentioned, these are our official board members for 2025. We recruited last year and went through a process of onboarding folks, and we are grateful to have their voice, their vision to contribute and add to the iteration of A Queen's Narrative. All right, so all of this started with the intention of making space for our young girls. So we have a Young Queens initiative where we do thematic programming for girls 12 to 18. And we curate the curriculum for them and co-create and have folks come in and co-facilitate. So the intention is to model for them, scaffold for them, coach them, and help them lead by the end of this. Help them identify, like Omani called, their spark so that they can see where they're trying to go. And some of the sessions we've hosted in the past is the intro to A Queen's Narrative. What is a queen? So we did the whole session with them, identifying their treasures, their jewels. Authentic Me and Double Dutch, where we collaborate with a Double Dutch team to teach the fundamentals, but also the concept of authenticity. My Soft Life, just tapping into centering ourselves, making space for ourselves, holding our boundaries and living in ourselves and sharing space with others, but being clear about that. And our most recent one was Birth of an Artist, where we took our young girls through a process of painting with a facilitated instructor who kind of sparked their ideas of being creative. They created artwork. These young girls came out with had started with a blank canvas and created these beautiful masterpieces and expressed themselves and grew in their personality. So our next session we're going to work on is another iteration of the Birth of an Artist, and it's focused on the idea of fluorescence. So they are in the state of flourishing. So this definition means that the flower is in bloom. So we're taking them another year around to bring them in the season of bloom where their artwork can go to the next level. So we're excited for that. Other things we do is that we hold spaces for women of color, folks that identify as women, and make safe and inclusive spaces to have conversations. So we started with this initial idea of queening and brunching to hold brunches for fundraising for our youth programming. So these are networking and connection spaces where folks, entrepreneurs can make connections and build relationships with folks they haven't met by just coming into the social setting. So it has evolved from brunches to convos. We will be hosting a convo for International Women's Day. So I might want to plug y'all to a link to to buy a ticket if you want to attend, but the conversation is, we're going to continue our last conversation that we started. But in the convo space, and also we are looking to this year do a whole gala instead of a brunch for the launch of our anthology. But in the convo space, we talked about self-care at the brunch events. We did a Heavy as a Crown writing workshop to kickstart our first writing series. And our last session was called Salon Talk, The Powers and Pains of Friendship. I might say this might be another title for a book. I'm just saying, but we also look for titles. But so we're going to be continuing that power and pains of a friendship, part 2. We talked about the pains in the first one, about, why is it so hard? Why do we struggle with people? Why can't people understand my uniqueness? Now we're talking about the power side, right? What is the power of having those connections? What have you learned in having long-standing relationships with people that have helped you and supported you in hard times? So we talked about the pains. Now we're going to talk about the power. So I can definitely drop the link so y'all can see what that's looking like. But those are a little bit about the work that we do. So we also want to give you a sense of our last event. So we're going to play this quick video to show you what we were able to do together with the last cohort of authors. Some of them are in this space. But I'm going to press play, then I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to make sure my audio is connected. So I'm going to share with audio. So AV Tech 101, you learn, so you know what you need to do to make sure it works the first time.
Y'all hear that? She said we're having a gala to launch our books. So start looking for the gowns. If you're away, start looking for the tickets. We're going to a gala, y'all.
Yes, we moved on up. The brunches were great, but we needed more time, and we also wanted to level it up for this one. So I'm gonna press play and let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Wear your crown uprightly. Put your breastplate on like your armor and walk like you're strong.
Welcome to our Books Over Brunch event.
Thank y'all for the beautiful queens and kings that showed up.
Today we gather to celebrate and honor the remarkable authors of our anthology project, Heavy is the Crown.
And to celebrate the work of a Queen's Narrative. Queens is what we are.
A Queen's Narrative exists to teach women and girls to use their narrative power.
This is what we do. Your voice gives voice.
Storytelling is how we pass down our traditions and share our experiences.
Storytelling is our wheelhouse. And I said, I think we should be doing an anthology. And these authors came and said, that's mine too. This is a piece of me. I'm gonna be a part of this. And we showed up for each other. We wanted to do something that brought women together. And I'm so grateful, beyond grateful, holding back tears of how much you all own this process as much as we did, and how we collectively contributed your voice, your story to this process. We wanted to do youth engagement. So we have our young queens here. We have youth programming that's free for any young person. So we gave those dreams away. Folks showed up for young people to be part of that. Your voice on that paper gives voice to someone that might have lived their experience or resonates with it. It's important to remember you're on the right journey.
All of you.
Because all the proceeds for this book goes back to our other mission for our young queens. So every dollar you put into buying that book goes back to that youth program that I said is open and free for any young people to be part of.
Heavy is the crown.
Thank y'all. Again, we appreciate y'all coming to celebrate our Books Over Brunch, Heavy is the Crown authors, and to celebrate the work of a Queen's Narrative. Oh my God, y'all look so gorgeous.
Everybody look around. Look at all these beautiful people. This is what community truly looks like when we come together.
Thank y'all so much. All right, thank y'all. But this that gave you a taste, a sense of how we do things, how we come together. I was kind of tearing up just watching it. It's a lot of work it's a lot of support. Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna pass it to Green now to talk about who makes up the team to make all that we're trying to do happen. Green?
Yep. Catrilia, do you have your hand up though? I'm sorry, I just want to make sure.
Okay. I needed to put it down. Sorry.
No worries. Okay. All right, Green.
Okay.
Let's see.
Have this slide, please.
No problem. It's coming up.
Yes, and what you see here is our team of the first anthology that we did last year, Heavy is the Crown, like you saw in the video. Our editor was the fabulous Dr. Nicole Young Martin, who is incredible, and she'll be doing it this year too. And also we had Darius Johnson, the visionary acts graphic designer for our book and our stories, our design. And you see how beautiful the book looked. He's really excellent. And of course, the Queen's Narrative administrative support, Sam, Omani, Jasmine, and Seema, and everyone that was involved last year. To this year, we have 10 team members, so we're very excited about the new people. And one of them is here, two of them, Jaja and Brenda. So, and last
And
but not
Candace
least,
is here too.
our lawyer, because you have to have the legal team inform us of the rights and all that. And his name is Paul Dunlap, and he's, according to Sam, an excellent lawyer. I haven't met him, but he did a good job with our book in terms of the rights for the authors and all that. So that's our team.
Awesome.
Excellent team.
Awesome. Thank you. Great. And regarding the lawyer, so our contract states that you own your story and we own the collection. So that's the process of this journey together. We own the story collection for at least a year, and then when we publish another anthology, you are free to republish your story wherever you'd want to publish it. And we do honor your submission by paying for your story and your image, headshot, and bio that goes into the anthology. So Paul is a copywriting editor who worked with us to make sure it was equitable, honorable, and it was fair on both sides for the writer and for us in the process. So, all right. So wanting to make sure we have time for Q&A because I know folks are taking in a lot right now, but we're going to talk timeline. We're going to talk, so how do we take 30 plus women on a journey to submit their story, review it, confirm the edits, and move to a collective publishing process. So first and foremost, we are hosting monthly kickoff session, this being one of them, for everybody to be on the same page and know the expectations of the anthology. So that's what we're doing today. After today, or today and going forward, you are able, I'm gonna tell you now, to submit your story at any time. If you've already started writing, actually someone on someone, I don't remember the person, but on Facebook was like, "Hey, I have my story. Where do I submit?" And I was like, "Wait, we haven't met yet. Let's ground people before." So I know some folks are on that track, but early submission is I would recommend that for us to get through the process and get 40 plus writers through and have that editing iteration happen quicker on the front end. Next month, we'll have the meet and greet with Nicole, our editor. It's going to come the week of the final submission date of February, but Nicole is going to tell you how she's looking at your work. And generally, we're not changing your story. We're checking for grammar and spelling and just context, but we're not rewriting your story. So the feedback we're going to get is just to make sure your story is reflective of what you're trying to say and that we're checking grammar and spelling. Nicole also helps with the format of the book. So where your story goes on what chapter does come after she reads all of them. We're going to do another check-in post submission. And this means at this point, we will be promoting you all as featured authors on our platform, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. Wanting to honor and highlight also how far our reach is to getting folks from California to Atlanta to, the South Carolina. So I think we got cohorts of folks from South Carolina, from CTs in the building, Mass is in the building. So we just want to promote you as a featured author on our platform. Then at this point by May, we're doing a manuscript review. So reviewing the manuscript with a copywriting editor. that will help us just read it through again before we send it off to our wonderful Amazon submission Kindle publishing platform. And there, it does take a little bit, like a month, not even a month, a couple weeks for us to submit everything for them to go through the system and then publish the book. And we'll do a check-in at that point on how folks are doing. By June, we will be talking about the launch. So as you see, we've invited folks from, I know you guys, some folks are farther than others, if they are in the area to join us for a book launch event. And as Monty mentioned, we're moving from a brunch to a gala event. We're coining Authors Gala, but if someone has another name for it, like we can also tweak it, but it's an Authors Gala highlighting you all as contributing authors to our anthology project. And that's where we would get sponsorship and funding to support the event, but also give you all logistics on where we're hosting it if you are able to come to, I'd say, wee old Springfield, Massachusetts, to come celebrate with us and be in fellowship. And it was a beautiful experience when we did it the last time, where women who have never met each other just felt somehow connected immediately once we got in person. And then we'll publish the book by June. We're publishing early. We'll do pre-orders. We just want to be on the further end of it being done than the latter end of coming up on an event. So we do have buffer in here that if some things takes a little bit longer, because I said June, we need July or August, we do have an extra month or two. But we're hoping that everything falls in a timeline, and then we give y'all updates on the status as we go. So that is the process. I'm gonna pass it. I think that's all I have to share. I'm gonna pass it to Yaya to facilitate any Q&As. Oh, sorry, Yaya.
Okay.
Sorry. I didn't see the slide. I didn't get the slide. All right, so
It's okay.
what are we looking for? My apologies. So what are we looking for? So we're going to do, like I said, feature author promotion. We need your image and your social media handles. That will be in your submission. Everything is going to come at the same time. If you're on social media, if you choose, some people are not. Media release. Through DocuSign, we will ask you all to sign a media release giving us permission to use your image in the book and on our platforms. A signed anthology contract that will come also electronically to you all. If folks have harder challenges to go through the electronic version, there's other ways that I can have y'all sign these documents if that's easier for you. But we have a big group this time, so I have to do something more electronic. And then this anthology submission would be the thing that you're uploading the earliest or first. Once we have the anthology, then we'll go get the media release, get the signed contracts, and go to the promotional space. So we're doing word count this time around. Last time we were like saying, this many pages versus that many pages, but we really want to honor like equity in story and not have folks have longer or shorter stories. So it's 13 to 1,500 words for your story. And we're leaving the bios at 200 to 250 words. That's kind of like half a page. I know you ladies probably have a long list of credentials and experiences, but we're also trying to manage also the editing process, that we're not overburdening our editor and our copy editor when it comes to reviewing the information. So we encourage you all, if you already have this, send us with your submission a professional headshot if you do have one. And we recommend it if you don't have one and you have, say, we all have smartphones these days, someone take your picture that it just has a clean background, no distractions, no selfies, or a portrait picture. Somebody can take your picture, you stand back and take that picture for your submission. So no heavy filters on it. Because also our graphic designer, once he has your images, he's going to compile them into the the screen for the book cover, the back cover, and the back cover of our anthology has all of your wonderful, beautiful faces on it. So that's why we're looking for it to be in that format. So again, now I can pass it to Yaya.
Hello, everyone. So it's time for the questions that you may have. I'm here to see if I can help you.
Yeah.
Oh, Samantha is showing all the pictures in the back of the book of the first anthology that we all did. So you can see it right now. Yeah,
Hi.
beautiful. Yes, hi.
Hi. So real quick, I just wanted to say I was at the last event in Massachusetts and it was wonderful. My mother is Laverne Pimentel and I'm Felicia Pilson and my daughter who's on the screen with us is Zisa. I'm so pleased to do this with her. And this is the actually it's 4 generations, 5 generations, but my mother wrote it about my grandmother. And this is a true exciting event to be a part of. And I just want to thank you all.
Thank you
And
for being
I'm gonna
here.
tell you, we love your mother. I told Miss
Yeah, I
Laverne
know.
that she was the cheerleading champion spirit of this anthology. She never made an excuse on getting stuff to us, and she kept on encouraging us that this is so beautiful. And she took the project and ran with it. She had her own book release in her own community. Her senior community celebrated her. She was a keynote speaker, just talking about her experience and that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still achieve your goals. So
Yes.
tell your mama I said hi because
I will.
I love
She
her.
just
Give her a
she
hug
just
for me.
yeah, I will. She just gave a book to Malcolm X's daughter at a college speech the other day.
Hey.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So you all thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you for being here, and thank you all for being
Right.
here. I think this is really beautiful that we all can have a voice and, share our stories. And can I say something, Samantha?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I want to share something. I'm so happy to see Maria Luisa here because Maria Luisa was one of the first, or maybe the one person who inspired me to write.
Nice. Thank you. Well, nice. Thank you.
T'Challa, you have your hand up. You have a question?
Yes, I do. My question is, what's the hard deadline for submissions?
Awesome question. February 28th. So, but I encourage you not to be the last one. But you do have a solid month to write. And for folks who already are writing, you can always send it whenever and let us know. I want to also shout out Barbara. Barbara, I got your book, right? But somebody snatched it from me. My aunt took it. No, she took it and she started reading it and she said, I couldn't put it down. Can I take it with me back home? So she took it home and she said, yo, I'm Jamaican. So she's like, Barbara was a bad girl, she did so much stuff. She was just like enthralled by your story. So she's like, I'm almost done with it. So beautiful story. I'm gonna get it back so I can finish reading it. But she did gave you some rave reviews about hearing all about your life. So it's beautiful.
Oh my God, thank you so much. That just teared me up even more. While I was watching the video, I was crying, like I've never been a part of something so magnificent as this. And shout out to Enzima Hutchins who helped me write my story and Tashala, they're part of my team, and thank you, and an honor to your friend for reading the book and for the great reviews. I truly appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna recognize D. D, you had your hand up, but then you put it back down. So
Yes, I was wondering does this have to be like standard letter format, or can we kind of put our own sauce on it?
Absolutely put your own sauce on it. And even in our Heavy is the Crown anthology, the process was some people wrote poems. Poems are allowed in this anthology as part of a submission. Again, still have to figure out how to honor the word count in writing poetry. But it is as you can write a time in your life and you're talking or you're reflecting on that time. It could be a direct narrative conversation with someone, but we leave all creative approaches up to you on how you want to tell it. And I think that's what makes it even more unique when we think you can take it one way and then you give us like this whole other way. I don't know if it was maybe it was Desiree or I don't want to get it wrong, but someone was talking about the jewels and they were defining each color of the jewels in the crown as a time in their life and how the jewels represent like breast cancer as pink or red as violence, but there's a narrative behind it. So I couldn't even prescribe that to anyone. But the way she brought it, I was like, all right, that's what creativity is all about, right?
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, Felicia.
I'm gonna apologize because I'm pretty sure you probably explained it, but I have a toddler in the background that is on me. Go sit down. So the story itself is due in February?
Yes. And we could put it in the chat too. February 25th is going to be our submission deadline.
Okay.
And it's not on the screen, but compensation for each anthology, we're paying $150 for your submission. We are able to do this because we secured funding from the Community Foundation of Western Mass, Women's Fund of Western Mass, and the Springfield Arts and Culture Council. So you know that that's the honorary rate for your submission. That is $150. So but it's all grant money that we're using in order to compensate our authors. And I'm going to keep and you will have in the contract resale rights. So we do you could purchase the book wholesale for us for like $5 and we sell it for $15 to $25 or more. But that's the process of even if you want to take it further. Miss Laverne was like, back and forth every minute. I want some more books. Like I said, she had a book launch. She had a reason to purchase more. If you want to buy some books just to give it away for friends, or if you want to also turn it into a business to say, I'm an author, this is my book, I'm charging this much for it. All proceeds for our anthology that we sell goes to our youth development program. So please know that once we get proceeds from our book, the royalties that come to the organization goes back to our young queens. And that was the intention of this anthology, to help it fund our other heartstring, which is our young girls. So, Robin?
I'm sorry, I couldn't find the hand. I don't know where it is. But
why are you bothering her?
My question is, so are we sending it to that email, the email that y'all sending us links?
No, I will be sending out a Google Drop, a Google format, so you can upload your submissions. And we're asking again Word document submissions for your narrative so that it could be pulled and put into a Google Doc for Nicole to edit and then share back with you. So I will be sending out that link.
Okay. I am so excited to be a part of this. This is so awesome. I'm loving hearing all the stories. I love what y'all are doing for women because we need it. I mean, I know that this is just a smaller organization, but we need it around the world. It is so crazy. We need it around the world. It's so many girls that grow up having no idea who they are. And I just think that this is so powerful. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this.
Happy to have you. We are also honored.
Yes.
All right. Any more questions? Even comments. We take comments. Like Robin said, let me know how you're feeling. Tell me if it's aligning with what you're looking for, or someone saw the link and said it's sparking me to write again. I haven't written in a long time. Oh my God. I want to be a part of this so I can rejuvenate myself to start writing and bring that part of myself back, So I would love to call that in if folks want to share how you're feeling right now. Felicia?
Understanding the importance of how testimonies save lives.
Mm.
And realizing that this is not just me telling the story, but it's also me finding a part of myself and healing the young girl in me.
Mm. I love it. I love it.
Thank you for sharing that.
There's some questions in the chat.
All right. Thank you. August? And then
Hi, everyone. For me, this is my very first time. I'm taking all of this in and taking my notes and everything, trying to grasp all of this. But for me, this is actually like a divine connection. I am a published author, but I don't promote myself. That's an issue of mine. But I think this is going to push me to continue bringing myself out, or to get myself out there so that people can know more, because we all have that story that we must get out so that it can help someone else. So I really look forward to everything that we're going to be doing. I do.
Yeah.
Tachada had asked about the font.
Standard 12, size 12 font, and times. I'm not prescribing whether you like, calligraphy or Braille or Times Roman.
Times New Roman.
Yeah, it's that's up to you and how you want to submit it. But the format in the book will be the same format. The font style will be the same in the book, but it doesn't matter as long as it's 12. Size 12. And single space. Well, it's word count, so it's word count. So once you get to the word count, it doesn't matter if it's single or double space. And no APA format. Again, this is a creative writing project. So like some people might write back to themselves. Someone might give me poetry. Someone might give me a time period. Someone might use imagery to describe their story and what happened, or just being proud. Like my little Caribbean self is very proud of where I am as a woman. So I really want to champion her and say, girl, you did it. It's crazy now, but you did it. And I'm proud of you. Despite all the obstacles that you face in life, you still are true to yourself, right? So I don't want to prescribe the font, the format style that you feel rigid, that you can't really write what you want to write. It could be a love letter. It could be reaffirming how beautiful we are, giving credit to that. And you all have different intentions on what you're writing, so don't feel like you're nobody from what you submitted on how you want to tell a story you all have very unique voice. So this collection is going to be a very empowering book, right? Because we're coming it from a very different perspective. All right, and I did say, sorry, the February 29th. February 28th. See, I'm tired. It's 8 o'clock at night. Been running all day. February 28th is the submission date. We will also send out an email summarizing all of this, and the submission link. We'll also send the video out for folks to want to come back and look at it. And your presence here really do secure your position as part of this anthology. So showing up does count. Anything else that folks might have? And I don't know, for our advisory board members, anything y'all want to share? I'm super excited to see everybody.
Can
Val,
I?
go ahead.
Okay. I know we don't have that much time, but I just wanted to say that publishing in general is really a gate-kept community. And it wasn't until a couple years ago, I always knew I wanted to be a writer, but a couple years ago, I got onto Clubhouse, and the people that really taught me about publishing initially were Black women. And I'm always going to hold space for sort of that movement. And the fact that you are paying us for our creative work is such a revolutionary thing in our communities, that I think that this is more than just sort of an activity or an action. This is a movement. And it just feels like that, right? It feels powerful. And I am so blessed and thankful to be here with all of you. So I just want to say that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Equity is part of our mission, right? You honor voice. I know the compensation doesn't put weight to your story, right? Because it's priceless. But it also honors your participation. And the last book I read, I was on the plane with one of y'all's stories. I started crying. I'm in the middle seat crying, like, what is going on? So it is healing to write it. Like Felicia said, she's falling back in love with herself. It's going to be a healing process to write it, but it's also healing to read it. It wasn't my story when I was reading Gree's story, but I connected to her, with her, at the midpoint of her story, with just these couple of lines of her talking about her and another woman interacting, and then them making a connection. I think sometimes we are, as women from diverse groups, have the same experience, but have different languages. But once we finally talk, we can see ourselves in each other. So I'm in that plane like, oh my God, this is so powerful. The people next to me like, what is wrong with her? Like, but yeah, and I took this book with me on the road. And yeah, so we encourage y'all to, even with your stories, other people's stories are also healing. So I enjoyed reading other people's perspective, and like I said, the creative spins that y'all put on it. All right, so we are at time. I want to thank my team, our new board members, for coming in, for just also holding space and holding this crown with us, for you all for making space. Shout out to our author from Ghana. We're global now. Yes. If we have a submission and she's included, we are international, okay? So that's exciting. And also our folks coming from coast to coast, California, South Carolina, Atlanta, down the street, CT, round the corner, New York, Delaware folks, small, mighty, and also from where you represent, from your ethnicity, for your diaspora, from, your lived experience. It's all beautiful. Our next steps will be, like I said, we'll send this video out with the timelines of our upcoming meetings. It is important for us to stay check in, because it does keep us connected and to know more of the logistics. And also the submission link, so you can start if you are ready to submit your story. But stay connected with us, because the power is in us sharing more narratives, and we will spend more time learning about each other in the room, because we really want to know more about you all. And I know some people are reserved, holding space until they feel safe. That's fine. We've had folks that do that. Some people are already feeling like this is where I'm supposed to be, taking their seat, crown held high. And that's beautiful too. And this is also a safe space where you can show up as who you are. And also shout out to the next generation of Miss Laverne's daughters coming into the space. I just feel like that's That's also part of
I'm
the
sorry,
movement.
I'm her granddaughter.
Yes, granddaughter. Yes. I mean, listen, it's a movement, right? Love it. And if you have any questions for us, you can send us an email at aqueensnarrative@gmail.com and we will respond in a timely fashion. Okay? All right. Love y'all and have a beautiful rest of your
Thank you
night.
guys.
Good
And
night.
see
Good
you next
night.
month.
Good night. See you next
Bye-bye.
month. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.